Being a Longhorn is pride, achievement, family. It's about belonging to a vibrant community that strives for greatness in everything. Being a Longhorn means engaging in STEM education, starting your path to college in elementary, and earning a college degree in high school. Being a Longhorn is a choice to lead, to innovate, to thrive in any setting. Here, you'll discover that learning isn't limited to textbooks. We believe in hands-on experiences that ignite creativity and fuel imagination. As a Longhorn, you have the opportunities to grow beyond the classroom, from the stage to the field. It's a great day to be a Longhorn. And when the time comes to graduate, you'll leave with a sense of accomplishment, knowing that you're prepared for whatever the future holds. The pride of being a Longhorn is something that cannot be described. It's better to experience it and feel it. This is Cedar Hill ISD. We educate, empower, and inspire.
Hello, Longhorn Nation. This is Dr. Hudson, your proud superintendent, and we're here to talk about 120 years of education in Cedar Hill ISD, which is 1904 to 2024. But the purpose of this is really to talk about the survey that we put out at the beginning of the year. And one of the things that we always want to do is talk about how we can improve, because it's always about the overall satisfaction, not just with the district, but also with each department. So here's some stats from last year. When we look at the district baseline, we had stats from 2022 to 23, and this was really the end of year when you come fill out the survey, and that was about overall satisfaction. It was around 60%. Last year at the end of the year, we were happy to say that it was roughly 89%, which is a huge increase. And one of the things we wanted to make sure that every time that we see any type of concerns or anything that's great, we want to make sure we relay that to the right people. And also, what can we do to help make those changes to ease transition? Because change is about loss, and it's that loss for that individual. And we want to ease that because we've all been through those situations where things just didn't go our way. But we want to make sure you understand that we hear you. We're all district employees. We're all fighting for the same thing. We want our kids to achieve the highest level they can. We want all our employees to achieve the highest level they can. When we say our vision is about unlocking every Longhorn potential, we believe in unlocking every Longhorn's potential. This year, of course, we just did a survey recently in the beginning of the year, and we had 202 individuals fill out that survey, and it was from October 22nd through November 1st. And part of it is what is the level of satisfaction with CHISD, as well as each specific department. So here are some things that we have from the fall. Now, mind you, 202, but we want to make sure we take everything in consideration. Our police department, 93% overall satisfaction. FACE, 91%. Health services, 91%. Maintenance and operation, 90%. Communication, 86%. Transportation, 85%. And some of those things, we also made some modification because we put bilingual and special education in the same category of special populations. We took those out. And of course, this is just a snippet as we move forward to the end of the year, because we want to continue to maintain such high levels of satisfaction between departments as well as the district overall.
Hello, my name is Halima Jackson, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. And I first want to say thank you so much for your feedback. We are happy to hear that the district's efforts are being recognized by you. For example, the staff recognize the efforts of the district that we're making. Despite the fact that we're understaffed in key positions, there was an increase in the academics department and child nutrition department. Teachers recognize and appreciate the technology department's creation of instructional websites. HR, we're really working hard for customer service. The communications department does a really great job on their deliverables. Cedar Hill High School was recognized for improving district campus-wide testing. And then there's satisfaction with resource officers at every campus for safety. The district knows and understands that there is room to grow, and we promise to do our very best to address their concerns that you have shared with us with deliverables that you can see. And we receive the fact that the district leadership must take ownership and accountability. We understand that staff are overworked. We want to make sure that there's communication and alignment between departments. We hear your concerns about technology. We understand that there are concerns with health insurance and longevity pay, and we are working to make sure that we improve there. We do understand that there are concerns about our special education department, and we understand that there is a concern for pay, funding, and resources, especially in innovation and choice programs. And then, of course, there were some concerns about the withdrawal and checkout process for when students leave the district. And again, we can't say enough about how apologetic we are about longevity pay. And again, we promise to make those efforts to fix those things that you shared are real concerns for you.
Hello, I am Paula McBride, the Executive Director of Finance. CHISD values our teachers, and with fewer entering the profession, those that remain with us are very important. We want to take a moment to acknowledge the issues raised regarding communication about pay and the desire to reinstate compounding longevity pay. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere apologies for any confusion or frustration around these matters. Your dedication and hard work do not go unnoticed, and we deeply appreciate the energy and commitment you bring to your roles each day. We understand how important it is for you to feel supported and valued, especially when it comes to compensation. I want to reassure you that we are doing everything we can to support our employees while staying within our budget constraints. We are committed to being as transparent as possible about our financial position, and while we are not able to reinstate compounding longevity pay this year, we are constantly exploring ways to ensure that pay remains fair and competitive. Please know that we are actively working towards creating a balanced approach that takes into account both the financial sustainability of the organization and the well-being of our amazing team. We recognize the importance of communication on this front, and moving forward, we will make it a priority to keep you informed about pay and benefits. We understand that purchasing laws for school districts can be complex and sometimes challenging to navigate. These laws are in place to ensure transparency and fairness, but we recognize that they don't always lend themselves to simple processes. Complying with these regulations is critical, as failing to do so can lead to costly penalties and significant delays in obtaining the goods and services we rely on to serve our students and staff. Please know that our procedures and processes are designed not only to ensure compliance, but also to be responsible stewards of taxpayer funds. We want to get the best value possible while remaining accountable to the community we serve. We truly appreciate your understanding and patience as we work within these constraints. If there is a particular process you find burdensome or difficult, we invite you to share your thoughts with us at my email address, paula.mcbride@chisd.net. We are committed to continuously improving our systems and are open to any suggestions you may have. This is an especially good time for feedback, as any changes we make are typically implemented during the summer months for the start of the new school year. We thank you for your continued support and collaboration. Together, we can ensure we are both compliant and efficient in our work. We understand that health benefits are a vital part of your well-being and a key factor in your overall job satisfaction. Please know that we hear you, and we deeply empathize with the frustration that can come from feeling that the coverage or options available don't meet your needs. We are committed to supporting you and your families, and we recognize how important it is for you to have access to affordable, high-quality health care. While we strive to provide the best options within the resources available to us, we know that sometimes there are limitations and challenges that can make it difficult to meet everyone's expectations. We are in the process of interviewing health insurance consultants who will put together health insurance options for next school year. Please know that we are doing everything we can to find solutions that will help improve the experience for all of you. Thank you for everything you do. You are a vital part of this team, and we are committed to doing our best to support your health and well-being.
Hi, my name is Norbert Whitaker. I'm the Executive Director of Student Services. During the survey, there was some responses that came back that were identified in our transportation department. And as a department, we own this. So to better improve communication, we're adding dedicated staff during peak periods to reduce the wait time, strictly to respond to calls and emails. We also encourage parents to download the Zonora pass to track their scholar to and from school while they're on district transportation. In addition, on the district's website, we've also implemented a ticketing system, which allows parents to create a ticket and the district's issues, which will be tracked and your concerns will be responded to within 24 hours. To enhance timeliness, we are continuously recruiting and training additional drivers to minimize disruptions caused by the driver shortage that we are witnessing within Region 10 as well as the state of Texas. Routes are continuously being optimized with the latest fleet management technology to ensure timely and efficient operation, and ongoing training for drivers will focus on operational efficiencies. Additionally, to address the student checkout process, currently, when a scholar wants to withdraw from the Cedar Hill Independent School District, they must come into the Lacey Enrollment Center. When they come in, they have district materials with them, whether it's a textbook, library books, or Chromebooks. We have a process in place where the parent guardian turns that in, and we open a ticket up for those various departments to come and collect those materials. While the team members is processing, we also have a survey that the parent can fill out to see how, as a district, we can better serve all stakeholders. Now, we do our due diligence in recovering district material. However, Texas Education Code 31.104D, as well as 28.022, it prohibits what a district can do as it relates to withholding records from sending to the outgoing district. Although this may be communicated to them, there are certain laws in place that prohibits this. However, as a department, we will continue to do our due diligence in recovering materials for the district. If you have any questions related to this, please feel free to reach out to me, norbert.whitaker@chisd.net.
Hello, my name is Chris Malone. I'm the Executive Director of Technology here for Cedar Hill ISD. We're very proud that our community was able to vote and pass our bond. So Proposition B, we were able to give every student in the district a new device, Chromebook. And we were proud that we were able to hand out nearly 6,000 Chromebooks in a little less than 3 weeks. We've been able to put new interactive panels in every classroom, and soon the teachers will be getting their new devices as well. I know that slow internet is frustrating. It's frustrating for all of us, and we all have experienced it. So our online testing and our EdTech software is getting more robust, and therefore requires more bandwidth per users. We're currently working on a solution that will triple our bandwidth for the entire district from 5 gigabits to 15 gigabits, and that's going to be coming soon. Another frustrating thing that I know that you guys have talked to us about and sent responses in is that you feel that the technology department is unresponsive and taking long for getting tickets done. I have to say that we fell behind on our phone system tickets because we lost one of our staff to another school district. It took us a while to get a replacement. And so we're working very hard to try to get a better solution that's going to make it a much quicker process for you. And just the fact that our responsiveness, I'm vowing to you now that we will get better on our responsiveness. So thank you for your patience and thank you for your responses.
Hello, I'm Derica Turner, the Executive Director of Special Education for Cedar Hill ISD. Our department recognizes and understands the importance of effective policies and procedures when serving students with special needs. We have developed and implemented specific policies and procedures to improve district satisfaction in these 3 areas. Our recently acquired data management system entitled Same Goal, provides built-in supports for our case managers, sharing capabilities to our parents, and banks to support our teachers as they are developing individualized education plans. This should cut down on the time it takes to write an IEP. Our department leaders are always available for virtual hours, one-on-ones, and PLCs to support our teachers. We understand how important it is to have each campus adequately staffed to support the instruction and service provision with students with special needs. And we understand how frustrating it could be with a lack of staff on campus, especially in our vulnerable settings. Our department has solicited partnerships with staffing agencies to fill our high-need positions, including teachers and paraprofessionals. Our leadership team is committed to providing support to campuses by facilitating ARD meetings, IEP development assistance, and evaluation support. Though we understand the need for staffing, we are committed to employing quality staff who exemplify our expectation of excellence and have the appropriate credentials to serve our students. Each student in our district, including those with special needs, have access to curriculum resources and technology provided by the school district. Our settings in which specifically designed instruction is a requirement are equipped with curriculum, materials, and equipment to ensure learning across all the campuses. We understand that there are areas in which teachers would like to have more equipment, additional technology, and increased tactile supports that may be limited due to budget constraints. However, we encourage our staff to stay connected with us for support via our community partners and to apply for grants through the Cedar Hill Education Foundation. Currently, our department has been rewarded 4 grants to improve the learning environment for students and disabilities.
Hello, I am Taisha Smith Lowe, Executive Director of School Leadership and Innovation. The district survey results stated a need for increased funding in CTE, choice programs, and other innovative programs. Yes, I fully agree with those comments. However, the bulk of our funding for innovative programs is through CTE. Funding for CTE is directly allocated from the state based on a few factors. We have program intent code PIC 22 and a federal Perkins grant. Funding under PIC 22 is directly tied to student enrollment in CTE courses and the average daily attendance of those students in the CTE courses. Therefore, the decrease in student enrollment, or ADA, negatively impacts the amount of state funding available to support CTE programs, which can limit resources for our staff. They can limit materials as well as innovative programs. We are continuing to provide scholars with opportunities to participate in CTSOs across the country at limited personal costs, and that alone sets our district apart from most others. In addition, we have industry-based certifications aligned to each CTE program of study. Every student takes an IBC in their respective course at no cost to the student, and you don't see that as a common practice in other districts. This is an immediate impact to increase our state accountability in the CCMR domain. The CTE current funding spends an average of $85,000 a year in CTSOs and $150,000 in IBCs, which includes instructional prep, pre-tests for our teachers, and the exams themselves. Now, Choice Program is funded through district general funds. Due to financial constraints, we did have to decrease the funding for our choice programs from the general funds. However, we utilized Title IV and the STEM grant funding to offset the decrease. The Innovation Department will continue to apply for private grants to increase funding in our choice and innovative programs. Also, through innovation, we have other sources that fund our programs, such as student enterprises, the Chef Grant, and the TI STEM grant. So our CTE programs, they do have student enterprises where those funds generated can be reinvested into the programs for purchasing equipment and materials. The startup seed money of these enterprises were funded through the district CTE budget and resources. And again, the chef grant. If any of the choice programs see any opportunities or need any type of instructional materials, please apply for one of the chef grants. And again, lastly, our Texas Instruments STEM grant is a huge funding source for pre-K through 12 innovative programs throughout the district. We recognize the importance of these additional funding sources and initiatives in maintaining and expanding CTE choice programs, as well as other innovative programs. We remain committed to advocating for increased support and resources to meet the needs for our scholars that will help with the demands of our future workforce. We will continue to tap into private grants to move the work.
We talk about ownership and accountability. Long gone are the days where kids automatically come to your school, to our schools. There's choice and voice, and people make changes for whatever reason. And one of the things we try to focus on is customer service, not just for our parents and our kids, but also our internal customer service, which are our teachers and staff members. We want to make sure that, we may not be up there paying above everyone else in Dallas County, but we also want to take pride in how we treat each other. Sometimes it's how you treat somebody is more important when you look at overall where do I want to be. We continue to try to develop our how we interact with each other, as well as our leadership, with our leadership definition, as well as the work through holds work, creating that pipeline so that people have the opportunity for investment. Invest in themselves and invest in the district. I grow your own programs. We're trying to take what we have, because again, it's a little different from the last couple of years in hiring. It's been very different as far as certified versus non-certified. But the main things we try to make sure we have a certified person in front of our students, as well as qualified people who are leading departments and campuses, and as far as leadership is concerned. I always know that the staff feel overworked. It seems like more and more is piled upon our teachers, our administrators, the district. Sometimes we call these unfunded mandates. When the state wanted us to add on additional police officers at every campus, the amount of money that they were going to give us would not have even covered one police officer. So then that is upon the district to try to fund that. We're also dealing with trying to navigate the financial strife that we all are dealing with because of not enough funding given to us by the state. But one thing I will say, there are also plenty of opportunities. Dr. Courtney Jackson has done an amazing job with the counseling service to be able to bring on some mental health partners. We also have employee benefits. There's a lot of opportunities, because we don't want you to feel overwhelmed or overworked, because ultimately, if you're not at your best, you cannot be your best for our students. We always say it's the airplane theory. You have to put your mask on first before you can put a mask on someone else. So therefore, we want to make sure you're at your absolute best. And sometimes that is taking care of our own personal needs. And we're here to help you with that, not to criticize you, because everyone goes through something at some particular time. I know COVID was rough on a lot of people. Loss of family is rough on a lot of people. A loss of anything. So again, we're here as a resource, but also lean on your coworkers. Check on them. You can tell when someone's not doing well. Make sure you ask about them, because sometimes it's just that little interaction that helps someone make it through the day, make it through the holiday, make it through the year. When it comes to communication alignment between departments, we try our best to communicate. As you all remember, probably growing up, we used to play a game called a telephone game. And you start on one end and you whisper something, and before it gets back to you, it's something totally different. We understand the larger and complex our organization, the more as things get passed down, sometime it morph. And so this is one of the main reasons why we're doing this right now, because we want to make sure you understand that we look at these surveys and we try to address it, but sometimes you may not see those subtle changes. So we want to make sure it is communicated, and we're going to try our best to make sure all the information is communicated out. So if there are some changes that need to be made, that you know about it. If there was a change to the longevity or the health benefits, you should have known about that in the springtime. So we're working on that to make sure we're communicating at the right time, because knowledge is power. And we want to empower you to understand everything in and outside of the school district. We also reimagine our monthly We Are One meetings, and that's the meeting for principals up. And it's really about communication. Make sure that our campus leadership, that everyone in the district understands what's going on. We have a WAPE, a weekly administrative information packet. We try to over communicate as much as possible so that we can alleviate any of the discomfort that we may see. Now, we understand that anytime you see the pictures where there's a 6 and a 9, depending on where you stand, is what you see. And we understand that not everything is going to be absolutely perfect. We want to help people understand the why behind the things that we do. It's not because, hey, Dr. Hudson wants to do this. Sometimes it's state regulations, sometimes it's federal guidelines, sometimes it's state guidelines, sometimes it's local guidelines. But again, we're all in it together to do what's in the best interest of our kids as well as our school district. So again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know we're getting ready to have our break, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year until we meet again. But also, when you see that survey, don't think that we're not. It's like voting. Your voice matters. So we want to make sure that you give us your voice. I mean, it's good, bad, or indifference. We still want to make sure your voice is being heard. It is anonymous. I don't get to see who actually put that information in there, but we want to make sure it's constructive feedback, so that we can be just feedback and feed forward, because there are some great things that you're doing on your campus. There's some great things that are going on in the department. There's some great things going on in the district, but there's also areas of growth. And we want to take those opportunities of growth and use that to build on what we already have, which is a great school district. Once again, I am Dr. Hudson, proud superintendent of Cedar Hill ISD, and we're celebrating 120 years of education in Cedar Hill ISD, and I'm celebrating you. Go Longhorns.